Well, it's sunrise, and I am getting up to start another day of paddle instruction, but this one is a little bit different. It's the last weekend of kayak instruction for me for this season. I'll still continue to teach other stuff, but my year will start to slow down, or my level of activity will start to slow down as the season draws to an end. For the record, it is the second to last weekend in September, and so October I'll still teach, and then November it'll really die off. But despite the fact that this is the last weekend of teaching kayaking, that's not what's on my mind. What I'm thinking about is this is my storage container where we keep all the boats and stand-up paddleboards that we use for classes. And so this weekend I teach my last kayaking classes. There's some stand-up paddleboard classes going today with Mary, and then on Tuesday they're coming to take all the boats away. So what's going on is that the company that I work for, who I'm not going to name, I don't blame them, they have decided that we're just not making enough money, essentially, and they're going to stop offering the paddle classes that I teach here. They're going to stop offering them actually all over the state, and move resources someplace else. And I don't blame them. I feel bad for the paddlers that I've built relationships with, and the other instructors who this is what they teach. I teach a lot of things, so this is my favorite thing to teach, but I teach a lot of things and I'll be fine. So that's what I'm thinking about. And then next weekend, all the paddling instructors are getting together, and we're going out to the coast to go paddling and process and spend some time together before we're all done. So that's what I'm thinking about, is the end of 5 years, really, 5 or 6 years of me teaching paddling at this venue. Just about every Saturday or every other Saturday for 5 years. And it's been great, and I love doing it, but they've decided that we're going to stop doing it. So that's what I'm thinking about today. But I need to not be thinking about that today, because I need to give these people that I'm paddling with today and tomorrow great experiences. You know, obviously I'm not going to talk about it with the other paddlers today, but it's in the back of my head. That, and this is a physically tough class that I'm teaching first thing. It's rescues and recoveries, which I haven't taught in a while, and didn't get to practice it because we got thundered out. That was another video. And the whole season I've been fighting injuries, back injuries, and I've got an ankle injury, and my elbows are a little sore this season. And I think it's just 20 years of wear and tear of paddling for a living. But I'm a little concerned just about getting through this class this morning without hurting myself. So I'm going to do a little warm up and get boats ready and stuff like that. So let's have a good day paddling, huh? Here, place it in the back, right? So I'm leaning back so that it reaches, and then as soon as it's on, I'm leaning forward to hold it in place. Listen.
take your paddle. Put it back. Particularly with you long-legged people.
Nice job.
Beautiful job. Get your feet inside the cockpit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There you go.
Nice job.
There you go. Okay, now we're going to pump your boat out. Well done.
Nice job.
Nice job. There's your paddle.
And I'm actually glad that we had the big fail. That was a nice, teachable moment.
So these are not the only kinds of rescues. There are a million ways to skin a cat. These are just good rescues. Brian is setting this up for a left-handed turn. If you want to do a right-handed turn, you can do that too. And so now I'm going to make them, they're all going to paddle away from me, go around that buoy, come back, and then I'll be able to give them feedback on their stroke. And it also gives me an opportunity to see them turn, which is going to be deficient. So he's losing all of his momentum on that turn, right? Let's see if Johnny does it without losing the momentum. Johnny's working an edge nicely. Come to me. Good, Brian. You're pushing really nicely. I can see that. Hands a little bit higher and coming across your chest on each stroke. Johnny, you're looking good.
You're looking good.
Come to the neutral position for me. Your paddle's a little that way. Cool. Yeah, much better low angle there. So nice correction on that. Relax those hands, man. Looking good. Looking good, guys. Bill, you're going a little vertical too, so I want you to think about a little bit lower and a little bit across, but that looked really nice. This top hand is still open, right? Draw the blade in towards the boat. Now here's where it gets fancy. You ready? With the bottom hand, the blade rotates 90 degrees. Slices away. Turn it back. Slices over. Top hand has got to stay open. It's a fulcrum, but it's also so that it can slide around. Get your hand over your head. It'd be even a little bit better, but... And open that top hand up. It's over my head, the paddle is dripping on my head, I'm set up perfectly, and I want to draw towards Paul. I'm gonna start sculling back and forth and adding just a little bit of a bite with my left hand. Nice, both of you, all three of you guys, very nice. Winding down this class, just gonna do a little, let people just sort of unwind. Nice day on the water. So, it's day 2 of my last weekend of paddle training for this company, and I didn't think about it much yesterday. I was busy. It was more difficult classes. Today is just a very basic learn to kayak class. My cooler really does not want to drain for some reason, but I'm thinking about it today. I'm depressed thinking about it. It's a bummer. The ironic thing is that in yesterday's class I had 5 people, and one of them drove 8 hours to take the class. They drove from Maryland. The other person was this was their second class with me. They took the basic class. I let them test paddle a kayak on my own time, and then they went and bought $4,500 worth of kayaks, which he then picked up after yesterday's class, and he's going to paddle them for the first time today. And those are the things that people don't see when they're thinking about the cost of an outdoor program versus the benefit of an outdoor program. Is you don't see that added income, that $4,500 sale that would not have occurred if but for the work. Strained. If but for the work of people like me. They see the program as not making enough money, and that's what kills me. So going to teach my classes today. I have to hustle. I'm a little bit behind my time. And just going to try and give people a good experience and have a good last class. And then I'm going to drink a beer. Yeah. And so the reason that I'm talking about this stuff, the reason that this is important is that it's part of life being an outdoor educator. It's a great job when you're doing it, but you don't get paid a whole lot, and you're overworked, and you're essentially underappreciated, which is what's going on for me right now. And so that's why I think it's important to talk about. And I'm not calling out the company. They're doing what is right for them, and I totally respect that. It's just, it's not right for the instructors. So that's why it's important. That's why it matters to me, and that's why I think it's worth talking about.
Okay, gang, so what we're gonna do, right after I hit Fred's boat, we're gonna paddle that way, okay? And all we're gonna do is we're gonna work on pushing the paddle instead of pulling the paddle. That's our only goal. Sound good? I said sound good?
Sounds good.
Thank you, our response is so much better. Terry, relax those hands and think about the push. That's looking good though. Steve, that's looking good. Let's pull the blade out of the water a little bit earlier. Okay. Let's get it out of the water at your hip.
Because otherwise it splashes.
It splashes and it's lifting water instead of propelling the boat. Fred, let's see what it looks like. Let's do a little paddle. Nice. Let's hold the paddle a little bit higher so we're not like scraping our legs, but that's looking pretty good. Oh, don't hit it. Always facing the... Guys, let's paddle around to the back side of the island. We should be able to find some shade back there. And open that bag up for me. It's either cold drinks or my bag of rattlesnakes.
Beer. Okay.
So now look at you doing that.
There you go. Thanks.
And covers hit. No, thank you.
No?
No, pass it this way.
Prowler's buoy.
Yeah. Did you have a good day, Steven?
I had a great day.
I'm glad to hear it.
He's on his own. I got the guy.
You guys have been making my job easy all day.